Alright, as we start the last round, I want to look at a couple things. First off, let's look in our live well and see how many points we have. We have 8, 15, 21, 28, plus 10. We have 38 points, which is a very good score. Actually, that would tie my highest score I've ever achieved in this game. Now let's look and see what the AI has. He has 8, 16, 26, 31, 34. So right now we're winning by 4 points. So depending on what happens here on this card, we technically could win even if he doesn't pull a fish to get ahead of us. So let's see what happens. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so you take an unreal card and it's our choice. So we have either this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And I definitely don't want to give him that one because I know that's a 10. And I can't give him this one because I know that's a blank. And in the rules, if you give him a blank, you just go to the next one. So this one is a 5, that's a 5, and that's like a 2. So since I've gotten so much scan power in this particular session, and I know what everything is, this is the best choice. So I'll go ahead and give him the 2, which is not going to be able to be higher than anything else he has. So we've won the game. But in order to try to beat the highest score I've ever gotten, which is one of the things that also I'm actually going to create a little pamphlet that would eventually get put in the game, and I'll put it in the files on the PMP version. But and it will have each setup, the lake, reservoir, and river, and it'll have your highest score that you can record, and the player count, and how many fish you caught that game. You can also record that if you want to, so you can keep track of the most fish you ever caught in one session as well. It's just a way to kind of continue to try to better your scores, add some replay value. So let's go ahead and finish out this round and see if I can better anything. I'm going to have to catch something. Let's see. Let's look again. I'm going to have to catch something bigger than 6 to even matter. So that's going to be my goal. I'll try to catch something bigger than 6. Now I know that that's a 10 green right there, I believe. But let's go ahead and just look, because I've got that scan card. And yes, it is a 10 green. Okay. Let's just try to get 10 power. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 5. Let's go ahead and use that to draw a card. That'd be the 6th one. And then I've got, wow, I ended up getting my trolling motor. So I only have 2 in my deck, so I'll only draw 2. And then I'll have to discard 2. So I can't discard the lure because I'm going to need that to actually attract the fish. So once again, I've got 6. I need 4 more power. So it's not looking great for me. But I think I'm going to do a little trick here. I'm going to discard this one and this one. And then I'm going to play my tackle box here to look at the top 3 cards, and I'm going to need to reshuffle this. Let's see, shuffle doesn't really matter because there's only 2 cards there, and then I can grab one of these. And if I did plan this out a little bit better, I might could have done it. But I'll just go ahead and grab the harness and put that back on top, and then I can play the harness. The problem is that's going to be 2, 4, 7, 8. I only had 8 power. I couldn't generate any more power than that. So it looks like I'm not going to be able to best my score, but I did end up winning the game, which is cool. So let's look what everything was again. The 5 red, blank, there was a 5 black, and of course the 10, which I wasn't able to get to. Man, I wish I got so close. I think that the way I just did it kind of messed me up. I thought I was going to be able to get 10, but I think I discarded the 2, which I could have got 10, but I would have had nothing in my hand. So let's just, for giggles, let's just say that I had done it like that. I have nothing in my hand and I have enough power. We'll just say that I did that. Let's see if I roll the dice and I'm able to subvert it. And it looks like there's 2 lures and a blue. Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to. The only thing I could have done was flip it to the opposite side, and I could have re-rolled one. Let's re-roll this one. Oops. I accidentally grabbed them all. Alright. Anyway, I think I could have re-rolled one. This was a blue. Let's see. And there was a lure. Okay. Let's re-roll the white one by discarding this. See what happens. I got a blank. Or I had a blank, and then there, I had a blank. Now if I can flip this one to the opposite side, it ends up where I still couldn't get it. Okay, well that was a valiant attempt, but I was not able to catch it. And that would have put me up to a score of 42, which would have been an amazing score. But anyway, that's the game. That's Tournament Fishing, the deck building game, solo mode on Tabletop Simulator. It looks amazing. I want to send a shout out to Benjamin Friedman once again for putting in the effort to get this thing up and running. As you can tell, it looks amazing. I'm super impressed with the quality of this software, and it just looks amazing. It's a great representation of the physical game as well, which I have here that I playtest with as well. But just having this option of being able to play it and the digital format is amazing as well, and it allows me to present the game to you who might not otherwise want to print out the game yourself, or eventually buy it from Drive-Thru Cards, which you will be able to do probably next week sometime, once I get the master copy and approve it, and then I can put it live where you can actually buy it yourself. But in the meantime, you can play this to your heart's content, and I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I enjoyed putting it together. This is a way better demonstration than I did in my original about a month ago. There was a couple rules that I didn't get to, that didn't arise in this playthrough, but for the most part it showed pretty much all the circumstances you're going to see. The only trick that you can do is, say that I want to go over this real quick. Say that I casted here and I didn't know what it was, and I said, oh, I have a yellow lure that I played, but man, if I'd have played a green lure, I could have attracted this one. Well, one of the rules is you can, on your last cast or your second cast, potentially your third cast if you have a certain trait that allows you to do 3 casts. Anyway, on your last cast, you can swap out lures from your hand to the one you have played, and then that allows you to cast right back in the same spot and go ahead and hook the fish. You can also add more poles if you have them in your hand. I mean, add more rods to get a little bit more power. So that's just another little trick you can do. And the way thematically I kind of think about it is, a lot of times when you cast in a certain spot in the lake, you'll get what's called a nibble, or where something kind of bumps your lure, or you suspect something might have tried to hit the lure and take it. If you catch right back in the spot, a lot of times you can get it to hit it again. So that's the thematic reason, and also it just gives it a little bit easier to where if you actually have the cards in your hand, you can do a little bit more swapping out on the fly. instead of having to wait next turn and hope that it's still there. So that's one of the rules. I think pretty much everything else, except for a couple of the die results. Like if you get the triple lures, we didn't go over that, but that's in the chart. I think that the other thing is if the AI flips or tries to take an event, such as one of these, if he tries to take a nothing event, then you just basically delete it and then have him go and pick another one of your choice. And that's in the rules. It explains that. We didn't really have that happen this game, which is sort of odd. Sometimes, most of the time you will have that happen, so that's a big one that I didn't get to go through. One thing that I'm thinking about changing a little bit with the rules, and this will happen, and the link will get updated automatically when I do this, but I'm thinking if the AI flips an event, I'll just have you delete it, and you don't have to go find another one to flip. But if you take an event, then I will have you go find another one for him to take, because I want the AI to always be able to get about 6 or 7 fish. That'll kind of ensure that he's always going to score pretty high. I mean, he scored, what was it, 30, let's see, 8, 16, 26, 31. He scored 34, which is pretty good. So I want him to always score around that, so it makes it a really good challenge for you to have to get. Now I got 38, so I beat him by 4, but I also played really well and had a really good deck built up for catching fish. So anyway, once again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this was beneficial to you. And just as a fun little thing, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the table for fun. That's funny. Alright guys, take care.